Hello people, hello amazing people of YouTube and the TVR universe. Do not go anywhere because I'm going to be taking you on an adventure today of why you should still get the Canon M50 Mark II or the Mark I in 2022. I'm going to talk about why I like it, the pros, the cons, how it works, and little cool features you may not already know, and just basically why I love this camera and why the M50 is and still is my favourite camera here in 2022. I'm Dave from TVR Creators and I make weekly content on cameras and content creation. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now and smash the like button if you're getting value. So the Canon M50, let's just take it off my neck for a minute. Woo! Little scratch your nose. Put in the comments below if hay fever is annoying you. It's annoying me in a minute. Anyway, I love the Canon M50 for so many reasons. I absolutely love this camera. Basically, for those of you that want to do a bit of photography, now put in the chat below if you use your camera, or more specifically your phone for photography or video. Just be interested to find out, because I appreciate a lot of you now. But for me personally, I'm a bit old school and I like to have something separate from my phone, and this is why I love the M50. Now the photos it takes on this are incredible. It is a 28 megapixel camera and it is a camera that I absolutely love. Now this is why I love it. I love it because it has a flip screen, which is a touch flip screen. You can press it around. We'll perhaps have a bit more of a look at that later in the video, so do not go anywhere. It's just really handy if you're filming and recording yourself, or if you want to take pictures. It's just very easy to just look at what you're doing. Let's just turn it on now, see what happens, see if there's any battery. Just set up the lens. You should be able to see there the cap's off, which is not very helpful, but if you just see there, you can just see it there. We just press the buttons and you can just hang on a sec. It'd help if I, there you go, I'm on there. Hello. Hello. Woohoo. And as you can see, I just took a random picture of the side of my face. That was interesting, wasn't it? So as you can see on the camera, it's just really nice. You can see yourself on the screen. As you can see, it just has a face recognition, which is really handy, and you can see yourself on the screen as you're seeing now, and it's just really, really cool. So you can sort of play around with that. It has 3 different settings actually. One, it can focus on certain pixels or certain positions. It can focus on specific faces, which is really handy. As you just saw, you'll see that little square. That little square, as you can see, as I'm moving around, is identifying where I am, and that's something I don't believe I've actually shown on any of my videos. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I haven't done that. So that's a really little cool feature. So as a creator, that's a really nifty little tip. If you're old school with photos, you still have the viewfinder. Hello, oh, there I am. Look. No, seriously, that is a cool little feature if you're a bit old school, or you just like using viewfinder, or something you don't really have on your phone really. So it's just really cool. But I can see a picture, and I know quite a few people that still like doing that. I personally very rarely use it, but it's a cool feature to have. You have a clip on there where you can attach a flash, but it does have a flash on it, as you can see there. Look, there it is, cool, which is really cool to see. Which is very useful, obviously if it's dark. Now what I love about this kit lens, this is the 50-45mm, this is the kit lens because with it, and it is an interchangeable camera. I'm not going to do this without putting the cap on in case I damage it, but it's very easy to take off. So you have a little clip there. Let's pull the camera back, there, just there, and you basically just hit that, turn it, and that puts it to sleep sort of thing. That's what I call it. And you have a little button there you can press, so we pull out there, but you can press it. And I can never do this on live TV, and there you can see it's a nice little lens, very easy setting there, nice little lens. And let's do that satisfying, I didn't press the thing, did I? That satisfying lens sound. Here we go. Oh yeah, let's do it again, right next to the microphone. I love doing that. I don't know why, I just love doing that. So that's really cool. And what's cool about this camera, it is a mirrorless camera, if I've not said that already, and you can change the lenses. That's really nifty. So you can add a Sigma lens, you can add a 300mm, an 800mm, whatever lens that you want, a 24mm, 15mm, whatever lens that you want to put on this camera, you can do that. And if you've got an older lens hanging around, just bear with me 1 second. I can't find my adapter, which is helpful. But if you've got an older lens hanging around, this is a nice 300mm here. Well, 75 to 300s, very good for taking long shots. You can actually get an adapter that just connects like a lens, and then you can just attach your, if you can sort of imagine it like that, you can just attach your lens onto the camera. The adapter's about that sort of big, and off you go, because obviously it's quite a small camera. So that's something to bear in mind, and that's something that you can do. So that extends your creativity, widens what you can do with this camera, making this still, in my opinion, one of the best cameras to get in 2022 for way under $1,000. Now in the UK, it's roughly about £600. That varies from day to day on sites like Amazon, etc. I know in the US, it's probably more like $700. I know in Canada, it can be a bit more, and it just depends where you are in the world. But when you think what you can do with this, if any of you are new to the channel, and after this video, go and check out some of my other videos, more specifically my sort of ones I've edited and that, and you can see the quality of the video that this produces. As long as you've got a good light and you've got sunlight or good light like I'm using today, the video that this produces is really, really good. Personally, it's brilliant. And why I love this, it's like I said before, it's separate from your phone. So why else do I like this? So it's easy to use, has very easy to use buttons. Obviously you can, let's have a little look then on the features of the camera. Let's see if we can plug it on now. Let's put it onto play mode. Hang on, it's quite hard to do this when I'm, so you can just click on menu. So it's hard to do this when you're multiple things, but you can see there you've got the different options there. You can click through them. Let's see if I can do this. There you go. So you can look through the different options. You can play around with ISO, shutter speed. Obviously you can adjust that if you want to make the camera, you know, take that perfect photo in manual mode and stuff like that. You can enable different settings, change the picture quality. You can make it JPEG, RAW, depending on how you want to edit your photos. Brilliant camera for taking thumbnails of whatever you're taking. And it's just really cool to see red eye effect, slideshow. It has lots of features I don't even use, to be honest. Cropping, rescaler, continue access. You can actually put filters on it, so it, you know, automatically makes video black and white if you want. I personally, unless you've got a really poor computer, you could do that in editing, but it's a cool feature to have. That's really cool. If we just briefly then, if you're getting value from this video, smash the like button if you're getting value. And what's really cool actually, on the top there, I don't know if you can see that, you have all the different features. So you've got automatic, which is pretty standard. Now this camera does crop, especially in 4K. Nothing too to worry about. You can adjust that with a lens, or you can just sort of pull the camera slightly further away. It's just something to bear in mind when you're taking video. It does record in HD and in 4K. And I believe it only does, I believe it's 32 frames per second in 4K, perhaps 64. Sorry, I've been doubled all the word. Very unprofessional, Dave. But it just recorded 4K if you wish it. That's very good for future proofing. It does that quite well. HD is definitely the setting you want. I personally, my personal opinion is, yes, it is good to future proof. 4K is useful, but most people watching your videos on their phone, and being brutally honest, there's people really acute to video. Most people are probably perfectly fine with HD, and I use HD for most of my videos, as you're seeing right now, and that's perfectly fine for what I do personally. So again, you can see the info, you can see the playback button. It's hard to do backwards, and you can flick through all your photos. That's for a bit of fun, so we see what's on the camera. Let's see what's on the camera then, which is really cool. Let's just see what's on there. Oh look, let's see, there's a picture of my 2000 or the 1300. There's more pictures. Let's hope there's nothing dodgy on here. As you can see, it's very easy to look through. There's some videos I took of like gardens and clouds and taking random pictures. There's me, look, doing what I do best. That was recorded for video. There's all my old cameras. Nice little flashback there for you. I won't go into all that now. And as you can see, it's just very easy to do, and obviously you can do all that by touch screen as well. So that's another cool little feature to have. Something I definitely want to mention as a creator, which I haven't already, naughty Dave, slap my wrist, is it does have a mic jack, which is really, really handy as a creator. And then you can attach a microphone, bear with me, you can attach a microphone to that, which is really, really handy. So from there, you can just attach the microphone like that, and knock it on straight in, plug it into the camera, and off you go. You've got your bit of kit, bit of video creation ready to go. So that's something to bear in mind as a creator, and that's something that's really cool. And obviously you can attach any sort of microphone you wish to that, as long as it's got this little jack. And obviously you can have clip-on mics, you can have shotgun mics, you can have a boom mic, whatever fits your need of type of videos that you create. So this makes this camera absolutely brilliant. I'm just going to take that off for now, just because it's easier. But it's just something to bear in mind as a creator, that you have all these different features. So for me personally, obviously I feel obviously when I do films I have more people with me, but on my weekly videos it's 90% of the time it's just me. So it's very handy to have that flip screen, the microphone jack, and the interchangeable lenses. They for me are the three things I love most about this camera. And obviously it takes fantastic video and great photos. So to bear in mind, actually, because of the sensor in the M50, it does take really nice pictures even in low light and video. Obviously that's partly down to the lens being a 1.3 I believe, but that's something to bear in mind as a creator. Also has an easy record button. Smash the like button if you're getting value. I'm just trying to think of other things I can share with you. It does have wireless capability, which is really nifty. So that's cool. So you can actually connect to a computer, a tablet, a phone using the Canon app, and you can transfer photos that way, upload them to Instagram or social, whatever you want to do there. That's something to bear in mind. Other things, it does have a HDMI connection, so you can technically use these for live streaming if you want, which is really cool for you streamers. That's something to bear in mind as well. And just bear in mind on the Mark II, it's a clean HDMI, which basically just means it is easier to do. Well, on the dirty HDMI, if there's such a word, sometimes you have the settings showing up of what the camera's doing, so sometimes that's a bit fiddly to adjust and work out. So that is why I love the M50. The only thing I don't like about it, I don't know. Let me just think a minute while I tell you more about the camera. So you have the connection on the bottom, so you can attach it onto a tripod. And for those of you that don't know, a tripod is your best friend as a creator. The battery and the SD card are in the bottom. There you go, just pops open. Little power tip I would highly recommend, a spare battery. That's something I would highly recommend. And basically, a little power tip I'd say with this is just make sure your battery's charged. Stick it on a nice little tripod. The tripod I'm using with the camera I'm filming with today is a tripod I've had for about 20 years now. Must be all getting on for. But my favourite tripod at the minute, I don't know if you can see it, is that one over there. That one over there, and that pulls off like a selfie stick, which is really cool when you're taking Pam shots and stuff like that. So yeah, I love the absolute M50. My ultimate, I think I've shared most of what I know about the M50 off the top of my head. There's probably more I could go on, but I don't want to go on forever. But honestly, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them for you. And normally, are you thinking of getting the M50? And if not, why not? If you're interested in getting the M50 Mark II or Mark I, there'll be links to that and other cameras that I give value to you in the comments below and in the pinned comments. So go and check it out if you're looking at the M50. And again, have any questions, feel free to ask. Hope you enjoyed this video. And for me, Dave, have an absolutely great day. Don't go anywhere, because just check out our merch. Check out our merch. We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, and from time to time we add to the list. So go check it out, link in the description. And also, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe this video.